Are we live? Yeah, we're live.
So there's a new prime minister of Italy, eh? And you want to hear? Here's everybody's making a big deal out. Here's her.
Okay, let's start over. Fuck. No data. Stream is healthy. Why does it say that? Okay, so today I thought we would look at Jimmy Dore, everyone's favorite comedian after Dave fucking Rubin. Everyone knows Dave Rubin is the better comedian, right? That's been established. They are, however, comparable, but I think Dave Rubin edges it out. They are both doing their ironic conservatism, aren't they? Their ironic hating the poor. I know Jimmy Dore doesn't think that's what he does, but he passes around with people like Jackson Hinkle or Hinkleberry, and that tells me something about who you are as a person. So anyway, today I thought we'd look at his take on the newly elected Prime Minister of Italy.
So there's a new prime minister of Italy, eh?
Italy.
And you want to hear? Here's everybody's making a big deal out. Here's her speech, and let's listen.
Tante altre di queste domande. A monte c'è quella che ci facciamo oggi, perché la famiglia.
So I'll, you know what I'll do? Because we still
you don't speak Italian, but
I don't speak Italian, but if I could really speak it. So I'll do it a little. I'll read it out because there's a lot of people who listen to this show as a podcast. So I will also interpret. Here we go. She says, "This is about what we are. This is about what we are doing here today. Why is the family an enemy? Why is the family so frightening?
It's not.
There is a single answer to all these questions, because it defines us, because it is our identity, because everything that defines us is now an enemy."
This is just to comment on her speech. I don't know how Jimmy Dore is gonna tackle this. This speech is fascism through and through. Through and through. She's acting as if people are scared of the family because it defines her, or it defines us, she says. First of all, making definitions of people like that is essentialization. And essentialization is fascism at its core. You start with this so that you can build to something bigger. You can't question her assessment that family and pride and whatever defines us. And later she can say, well, being born of this region or having ancestry from this region also defines us. And you go, well, I couldn't question her earlier, so how can I question her now? And you go along with it. And on and on and on it moves to such a degree that you start a Holocaust. Now, I don't know if she's gonna do that. Holocaust 2 Electric Boogaloo? Maybe. Who knows? The Italians have never been good at finishing some things.
For those who would like us to no longer have an identity,
you are free to have an identity, but nobody else should be able to define your identity. If your identity is to be a homemaker, go ahead. Feel free. Be free. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. What isn't fine is saying everyone's identity should be a homemaker. That's where we have issues.
And to simply be perfect consumer slaves And so they attack national identity, they attack religious identity,
Yeah.
they attack gender identity, they attack family identity.
Questioning these things is not the same as attacking them. I'm sure Jimmy Dore is gonna say these things. I'm sure Jimmy Dore is gonna be perfectly fine with attacking her on these issues.
I can't define myself as Italian, Christian, woman,
Yes, you can.
mother. No. I must be citizen X, gender X, parent 1, parent 2. I must be a number. Because when I am only a number, when I no longer have an identity or roots, then I will be the perfect slave at the mercy of financial speculators.
The perfect slave at the mercy of financial speculators. Because left-wing people love financial speculators. We love them. We love being mindless consumers. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The perfect consumer. Now,
Let's see here what Jimmy Boy is gonna say.
this is wild that she's saying these things.
It is wild
Well,
because it's fascism.
I'll finish and then we'll come back. The perfect consumer. That's the reason why. And then she finds a poem. That's why we inspire so much fear. That's why this event inspires so much fear. Because we do not want to be numbers. We will defend the value of the human being. Every single human being, because each of us has a unique genetic code that is unrepeatable. And like it or not, that is sacred. We will defend it. We will defend God.
She's never heard of twins, have she?
Country and family. Those things that disgust people so much, we will do it to defend our freedom. Because we will never be slaves and simple consumers at the mercy of financial speculators. That is our mission. That is why I came here today. So it sounds like she wants to stand... It can't be. But from that, it sounds like she wants to stand up to the capitalists.
So Jimmy Dore completely ignores her identitarian streak. The whole, we are defined by X. That's identitarianism, Jimmy. And you just completely ignored it. I remember you railing at identitarianism. But here you are, in perfect broad daylight, saying, hey, she doesn't sound too bad.
She sounds like a communist.
No, she sounds like a fucking fascist, Jimmy. She sounds like a fucking fascist.
That's what she sounds like. But everybody's saying she's a fascist. Now remember what fascism is. Mussolini, who everybody says she's following after.
Hitler, let's see here. Against financial institutions. Let's see. Did Hitler say anything about financial institutions, perhaps? Did he? Come on. Hitler's willing bankers? What's this? How Hitler defied the bankers. Here we go. I mean, I don't have to do research on this. What am I doing? God. Sometimes left-wing memes. Oh my God. Hitler railed against financial institutions just like she does. I wonder. Let me put my thinking cap on. Did Hitler rail against financial institutions, and why was that? I don't know. That's strange.
And she said nice things about Mussolini.
Maybe Hitler was a socialist too. I mean, it says National Socialism, Jimmy.
Mussolini, he's the one who defined fascism as the coming together of corporations and state to screw over the worker. Right? So for the benefit of the corporation and the state, not the citizen.
And she praises Mussolini, you fucking moron.
And they're saying she's a fascist.
Yeah.
But she sounds like she's standing up to the capitalists. She sounds like she could be a communist. And she said
she's using popular rhetoric to win over stupid people like you.
Chesterton wrote more than a century ago. Listen to this quote. Here she goes. She has to find it. Chesterton wrote, "Fires will be kindled to testify that 2 and 2 make 4. Swords will be drawn to prove that leaves are green in summer. That time has arrived. We are ready. Thank you." Whoa.
Like a mic drop.
Whoa.
Like a mic drop? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What the fuck is this, Jimmy? What is this? Why is there a mouse on your screen? That would be like if there's a mouse. You can see my mouse disappearing here. Why would there be a mouse on the screen? It looks like someone is recording the screen with a camera, actually, even. And then overlaying this. Because this is crisp as hell. Oh, that's a screen behind him. Yeah. Okay, now I understand. That's the screen behind him. Okay. That's why it looks like someone is recording the screen, because someone is recording it. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I forgive you, Jimmy. I forgive you. What I would do is have this area right here be the screen that you have. That's it. You don't need all of this for you. Okay. Anyway, what did she say? What did she say?
Thank you. Whoa.
Like a mic drop.
Like a mic drop. Whoa. Whoa. Like a mic drop. These people claim to be left-wing. Okay, so let me go back in my history. I've always been on the left. I've never voted right wing in my life. I've never claimed. I've dabbled in right wing reactionary thought. I used to be a Gamergator, but I was a Gamergator on the left because I believed in the message, and I actually wanted to clean up Gamergate. That's what I tried to do. Because I believed there was issues to... Oh, God, let me just... I believe there was issues that needed to be addressed. Let's just put it that way. I believed it could be addressed in a manner that Gamergate provided. Now, obviously, I was wrong. And due to my involvement in Gamergate in that way, I was drawn in. I'm not gonna lie. I was drawn in by the reactionaries. I'm not proud of it at all. But yeah, I was drawn in. I used to listen to Sargon of Cod and people like that. So yeah, I have my issues, sure. However, I would never, ever listen to this speech and go, nailed it. Absolutely asinine. What a fucking fool.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's interesting that people are once again using the term fascist or oh no, she's Mussolini but a woman. I
She's
want to remind
praised
people that
fucking
she was
Mussolini.
democratically elected. So what does that say? It means
General elections were held in Italy on 26 March 1934. At the time, the country was a single-party state. Okay, I wanted before that. I want before that. Here we go. In they changed the date. Okay, 1924, the election to the member of chambers of the Chambers of Deputies that were held under a Carbo law, which stated that the party with the largest shares of the vote would automatically receive 2/3 of the seats in parliament as long as they received over 25% of the vote. That's a fucking stupid. That's worse than the American system. Oh my god. First past the post shit. But this is worse. Holy shit. However, if we did have this in Sweden, the Social Democrats would rule. The nationalist of Benito Mussolini, an alliance of Catholic, liberal, and conservative political parties. Catholic, liberal, and conservative. Used intimidation tactics against voters, resulting in a landslide victory and a subsequent 2/3 majority. This was the last multi-party election in Italy until 1946. They used underhanded tactics, which netted them a majority of the seats. They even got, oh my god, 64.9%. But this guy, Kit Cabello, who the fuck is Kit Cabello? Sounds Italian. Hardlands Media, I don't care. Kit Cabello. Yeah, my account suspended. I called for House of the Dragon. What's the Queen's name? There we go. Not her. I want I don't want the actress. Oh my god, I don't want the actress. Can I just get... I don't want the actress! Who is she playing? Mother's Milk? What's this? Queen Alicent Hightower. I called for her death on Twitter. A fictional character whose every action leads down to the inevitable conclusions of mass slaughter and war. I called for someone to kill her in the show, so that the show wouldn't happen. Of course, I understand it won't happen. Of course she will survive, because she's the catalyst of everything. And that's it. That got me suspended. What's this? Mother's Milk? Murder very strange. Okay, I thought it had something to do with maybe Mother of Dragon or Game of Thrones. Anyway, who's this? A former United States Marine, proud to be in Chicago, CEO, reporter, commentator, producer, director of... Okay, it's a one-man show. Nice. I mean, I can too call myself a CEO, reporter, commentator, producer, director of Hugin Productions. I don't know, Hugin Media. What the fuck? That's... Just say founder. Just say I'm This makes it sound so much more legitimate until you see that he's everything. Hard lens media. So this is it just a reactionary? Third time's the charms. No more sheepdogging for the Democratic. Oh my God. He's a third. Yeah, he's a third party idiot. Okay, Kit Cabello, what you got to say about democracy and fascists?
I want to remind people that she was democratically elected. So what does that say? It means that there is a reaction by the people in Italy towards policies that were imposed upon them in 2021 and in 2020 and in 2021. And I know there's a lot of people on Twitter who are just spazzing out because, oh no, this person who said nice things about Mussolini are in office. I just want to remind them that we've had U.S. presidents commit open genocide from good.
Okay. I fail to see the relevance. People have committed open genocide. Okay, you also had chattel slavery, the worst form of slavery that ever existed. That doesn't make it good or acceptable.
Good old George Washington, Abe Lincoln. And the thing is, never forget the news.
Oh! People in the past did shit. Who would have thought?
Nuremberg trials, where I forget what U.S. official asked which high-ranking Nazi official, but where did you guys learn this? And the Nazis said, we learned it from you Americans on how you handled the Native Americans. Yeah. We've had open fascist and genocide in the United States long before the term fascism came into existence. You think we conquered the West through a handshake and a high five? There was a genocide that took place amongst the Native American population. And they were exterminated.
And so she...
Oh, okay. Okay. Here's the thing. People who praise George Washington for murdering, exterminating Native Americans and allowing for the chattel slavery, people who praise that are fascists. There is an addendum to George Washington that there isn't to Mussolini, however. So I can say George Washington was a great man and still be a leftist. Because what he did, that Mussolini absolutely didn't do, was he created a system that allowed for democracy to exist. Now, when he created the system, democracy wasn't democracy like we think of it today. It had issues. However, it allowed for the formation of it allowed for the foundation that we now call democracy, which Mussolini did away with. He didn't expand democracy. He removed it completely. There is nothing positive about Mussolini. Yet this fucking idiot tries to compare the two.
She is a lot. This is what people are saying, that she's a backlash. People voted for her just as you pointed out, a backlash to the authoritarian COVID policies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Giorgia Meloni has...
hello, Peter Sweden. It's Peter Sweden now. I thought it was Peter Norway before. the fascist, the neo-Nazi Peter Sweden. Oh, hello. What are you doing in a Jimmy Dore video? Strange.
This is what Peter Sweden says. He says, Giorgia Meloni has spent the last 2 years as the only politician in Italy fighting against the COVID passports. Now the Italian
So she's an idiot.
people just elected her as prime minister.
And that's the only reason they elected her. Not the Italians are stupid. No, 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 no.
So do you see how, because our politicians in America, Democrats, have become so right-wing, so authoritarian, that they can make someone like DeSantis look appealing to people who think that he's fighting for civil rights because he's standing up against authoritarian around COVID. Same thing here. Like DeSantis look appealing to people who think that he's fighting for civil rights because he's standing up against authoritarian around COVID.
Okay. As a Swede, we didn't have mandatory face masks here. So I can't really speak to that. I would probably not enjoy it all that much. And also, I don't think you can force someone. However, private business should be allowed. And I believe the state can regulate if private businesses are allowed to have or should be mandated to have these masks. But yeah, I don't think private citizens should be able to. Everything else with DeSantis and now Mrs. Mussolini, let's call her that. I can't remember her name. Mrs. Mussolini reeks of fascism. Everything else. The only reason they are against the face masks is because they want to score points. That's the only reason.
Same thing here. So there's a backlash to your authoritarianism.
And I don't like that he's calling it authoritarianism because I don't think it's authoritarianism. I think it's a public health crisis which governments have responded to in kind. And rightfully so.
And what that does, it's throwing peoples into the hands of what you call fascists. But to me, fighting COVID passports, that sounds like fascism to me. I can't go to a movie unless I get this thing. I can't go to eat at a restaurant. I can't get on a plane or a
Sweden demanded private businesses that everyone is vaccinated before they can enter. We didn't do face masks. We didn't mandate face masks. We mandated that everyone be vaccinated to enter private businesses. I've been to movies and I had to show them my COVID passport, but we didn't have face masks. That's not authoritarianism. It's not authoritarianism.
train. I can't travel. I can't do it business. I can't do anything.
No. It's a fucking pandemic. And we're still fucking in it, you moron. I know you're a COVID denier. I know that. But you're so fucking stupid. Your anti-establishmentness have gone full circle into fascism. And you don't realize it. Here's the thing. Fascists is a death cult. Fascism is a death cult. Do you think Hitler cared if his people died, even if they weren't Jews? Do you really think he did that? Or Perhaps, is it a death cult? Oh no, a few of my own gets thrown into a furnace. Who cares? The same goes with fascists today and COVID. They are rich. They're rich enough that they can afford the medicine. They're rich enough that they can afford the treatment if they get it. What they don't want is to share the treatment. That's the issue they have. They don't want these poor migrants flooding in from Africa or the Middle East and getting treatment for a pandemic so that we can stop it. The one thing I fucking hate Bill Gates. I fucking hate him so fucking much. He told, was it Harvard, Yale, or what's the California one called? The San Francisco, whatever, Cali. He told one of those institutions that was creating one of the vaccines, no, you have to take a patent on it. It's a fucking pandemic. Why would you take a patent on a treatment which can stop a pandemic? I had coworkers tell me when I said we should make this free and available to everyone. They said, well, we're going to distribute it and then it's going to be over, right? No, we're still in it. It's been 3 fucking years. We're still here. How long are we allowed to let this go until we say, fuck it, who cares about patents? When it comes to life-saving medicine. Seriously, the pandemic is what's put me on a path to socialism. I used to be, the hardest left I went was social democracy. Because I was convinced that, you know what, capitalism and socialism can coexist in a nice harmony, and we can create our fantastical world where everyone has something, you know? And then the pandemic struck, and I saw the wait. Capitalism will always win. Oh! Even in the face of a fucking pandemic, capitalists will still cling to money over life-saving treatment. My brain went, oh, I see what's happening. That idea will never penetrate this thick skull.
So let me just go ahead, Kit. Go ahead.
I think we have to remember that, you know, people are
I thought it said kid.
understandably enraged, not only just here in America, but worldwide. It was what happened to all of us in 2020 and 2021. We saw no real leadership address the pandemic, this global pandemic that we were all impacted by. And through that, we saw our politicians still live like fat cats. Their donors live like fat cats.
That's right.
And the thing is, ask the regular person how they feel when their entire world is taken away from them. When you take away something, when you take away everything from a human being and they have nothing left to lose, they will react rationally in an irrational environment and do what they can for them to survive in said environment. And so everyone that's panicking about this prime minister in Italy,
why did a lefty come out? If they're why did you have a lefty come out against COVID passports and you wouldn't have to worry about this happening?
Why didn't a lefty propose idiot solutions to real world problems? Why did a lefty do that? I don't know. Because they're not a fucking moron.
The problem is the person who's supposed to be the lefty is to the right of the person who you say is a fascist.
I haven't looked into who she ran against. Italian election. There we go. Let's see. The Democratic Party, center-left and center-left. Berlusconi's back. Yeah. So let's look at these two. Let's look at the parties, actually, not the leaders. Oh, maybe the leaders. Let's start with the parties. I want Big Ten center left. Sure. Influenced by the ideas of social democracy and Christian left. Okay. I know there are progressive Christians. I used to be one. Don't judge me. Left-wing Christian and political and social movements largely embrace social justice principles and uphold social justice and social gospel. Okay. The common founding components of the party reside in the Italian resistance movement. That's nice. Story compromise. All three went, we saw the Italian Communist Party and the Christian Democracy, the two major forerunners of the Democrats of the left and Democracy is Freedom, the DAISY, respectively, cooperate. So this is a cooperation between the three major: social democracy, Christian left, social liberalism, and green politics. Yeah. Okay. But I don't care. Is a right-wing populist political party in Italy. What does it say? Okay, sorry, center-right. But notice... Center-right. Yeah, right. Center-right. No alliance. There is no left-wing in Italy. There's only center-left. Notice that.
That's your fucking problem. Same thing in America.
Wait, what's the
problem? Is the person who's supposed to be the lefty is to the right of the person.
The person, that's why. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what we were looking for. I've completely forgot. Center left is to the right of center right. Brothers of Italy is a national conservative and right-wing populist. National conservative makes them far right in my book, okay? Political party in Italy led by Meloni, Giorgia Meloni. FDL became the largest party in 2022 Italian general election. Emerged from the right-wing split between Silvio Berlusconi's party and the People of the Freedom in December 2012. The bulk of the party leadership, including Meloni, as well as symbol of the movement, comes from the National Alliance Party. Yeah. This is Benito Mussolini's Fire. It's wild. I want to see. Holy shit. There's no ideology and factions. Political commentators have variously described the FDL as a neo-fascist, post-fascist, right-wing, far-right, nationalist, conservative, socially conservative, and right-wing populist. The party has also been frequently described as Eurosceptic. And its leadership stated it wanted to rediscuss European Union treaties and amend Italian constitution. You know what? Fuck it. Let's remove Italy from the EU. Fine, whatever. Who cares? It's Italy. If they want to go fascist, yeah, we can kick them out. Including withdrawing from the Eurozone. In 2018, Meloni abandoned the idea of leaving the Euro. Damn it. Okay, the Euro. Who cares about the Euro? Prior to the start of the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, the party was in favor of better relations with Russia, while maintaining a pro-NATO stance. Okay, pro-NATO stance at least. But yeah, they were in favor of better relations with Russia. Since then, it condemned the invasion and promised to send arms to Ukraine. When did they... you don't have to. When did this condemnation come? Italy, more right-wing government, nothing to fear. July 23rd. What? Party 2022 invasion. Party was in favor of better relations. This doesn't say anything about that. Since then, it condemns the invasion and promised to send arms to the various dismissed claims that government, including her National Conservative Party, would pose a danger to Italy, insisting that there's nothing to fear. Meloni leader brother blah, blah, which leads the polls in Italy. Election told La Stampa on Saturday that Italian left-wing think tanks were trying to scare the markets to secure a victory for the left. Isn't that their job, kind of? Italy has been plunged into turmoil since Draghi resigned as prime minister on July 21st, with elections due to be held on September 25th. Meloni also sought to assuage any fears that a coalition including her party would include support for... Assuage any fear that a coalition including her party would reduce support for Ukraine. As has been shown with Brothers of Italy position on Ukraine, there is nothing to fear, she said. Brothers of Italy likely partners in a coalition. Silvio Berlusconi's Forza Italia and Matteo Salvini's League have both questioned sending arms to Ukraine, but Meloni said that Italy cannot think of being neutral without consequences. Okay. July 23rd. Why did it take her so long? Was it perhaps because Russia was losing? Is that perhaps the reason why she's in favor of sending arms to Ukraine now? I bet you she jerked off to the Russian military ads. I bet she did. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, what did I see? What did I see? FTL's domestic stance are mainly conservative, nativist, and anti-immigration. In regards to social issues, the party opposes euthanasia and abortion. It also has been described as being strictly anti-gay marriage and supporting the traditional family unit. The party collaborates with anti-abortion and anti-LGBTQ plus movements. FTL calls for zero tolerance policy on illegal immigration. Code for asylum seekers. And wants to blockade migrants from reaching Italian ports and boost the birth rates of Italian nationals to ease the need for migrant labor. Although some of its members reject the label, FTL has been described as a neo-fascist. In part due to the party's history dating back to the Italian social movement, its far-right ties, its appeal to neo-fascists on social media such as Facebook, and some part... Can Facebook just disappear so the boomers can dissolve their memeing? Facebook should be illegal. Let's criminalize Facebook. That's my party policy. Several party members have celebrated Mussolini with fascist and Nazi memorabilia in their regional headquarters. Oh, they're just openly fascist. It's not even subtle. They're just, yeah, Nazi symbols in my regional headquarters. Some members of the Mussolini family have run for FDL, such as Rachel Mussolini, granddaughter of Mussolini, for the City Council of Rome, and Caio, I'm going to say Caio, it's Italians. Caio Cesare Mussolini, great-grandson of Mussolini, for the 2019 European parliamentarian election. Ooh, this is just fascism all the way down, right? In 2019, academic, this name, placed FDL along with the neo-fascist parties Casa Pound and New Force from the... All these Italian names, I can't read them. In the post-fascist, neo-fascist categories. In 2021, FDL distanced itself from FN after they violently assaulted the labor union Italian General Confederation of Labor headquarters. Whew. The party abstained on a parliamentary motion to ban FM while condemning all totalitarianism. December 2021 investigation by fanpage.it on allegations of money laundering and illicit campaign financing also revealed FDL had ties with neo-Nazis in the Milan party section. Meloni told this name there was no nostalgic fascists, racists, or anti-Semites in the Brothers of Italy DNA, and that she had always got rid of ambiguous people. And in other interviews, she said there was no place for the fascist nostalgia in FDL. Critics have been skeptical, citing Meloni's speeches on immigration and LGBTQ+ rights. Wikipedia, come on. So, she's a fascist in the same vein as Jimmy Åkesson here in Sweden, the Swedish Democratic leader. Thankfully, and I can't say anything else that's positive about this bitch. Thankfully, she has dethroned Sweden as the biggest Nazi party in the world at the moment. That's dodged a bullet. It was heading straight for us and just veered off. Oh my God.
Person who you say is a fascist. That's your fucking problem. Same thing in America. Joe Biden is to the right of people you're calling fascists. Joe Biden is the authoritarian. Joe Biden is the fascist. Joe Biden is the one who's screwing over workers, students, and any citizen in America at the behest of Wall Street or a corporation. So the problem is you don't have a left party anymore.
I'm just gonna do this video because this is giving me brain aneurysms. Holy fuck. Biden is to the right of Ron DeSantis. Is that his claim? Biden is to the right of Ron DeSantis. That's literally what he's claiming right now.
They became right-wingers. Guess what? So here's at the Atlantic, they call it the return of fascism to Italy. Just like that. And then they quote Hillary Clinton. You want to hear who's happy about her being elected? Hillary Clinton.
You're happy about her being elected. I hate Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton says the election of...
Yeah, Yes, girl boss, fascism, girl bossing. Yeah.
The first woman prime minister in a country always represents a break with the past, and that is certainly a good thing. She says it's a good thing inside of an article that says it's fascist.
So I guess Hill Dog is right, and Vote Blue no matter who needs to listen to I'm With Her.
Oh my god, they're so stupid. Vote blue no matter who? I'm never gonna get out of this video, am I? Vote blue no matter who is not about falling in line behind the leader. It's about preventing a worse leader, you fucking morons. You, on the other hand, would gladly see the country fall, would gladly see America fall to the wayside by way of allowing a fascist to gain power. That's you guys.
There we go. I mean, hey, if Hillary, I'm With Her, is saying she's all right, well then, hey, Vote Blue no matter who, and SJWs and everyone else, calm down. Just calm down. Hillary gave the gold stamp approval. There.
To a fascist. To a fascist. I hate them both.
There you go. Stop panicking. Everyone calm down.
That's amazing. Hillary Clinton's on board for her.
And that's in line with
But
Hillary
there's
Clinton's
so here I'll give you
ideology.
some of the reactions.
Hillary Clinton's only ideology is women. I'm with her. Now, I don't call myself a feminist. You can lament me for that, my viewers who are actually in chat. Welcome, or not in chat at least, but watching. You can lament me for not calling myself a feminist. My girlfriend calls me a feminist. I don't call myself a feminist. Hillary Clinton is not a feminist. Well, I'm guessing Hillary Clinton could be more like a second-wave feminist. Someone who's all about the girl boss, but don't care about marginalized people. Don't see the intersect between black and white and gender. She just cares that women are elected. Women.
I saw. So here's Chernovich, right? So he's a
Cernovich.
solid right-winger guy.
Yeah.
And he says this. He says misogynistic attacks on Giorgia Meloni disgust me. Now that's ironic because people say that he's a misogynist, right? So that's been the attack on him, right? That's what people say. So misogynistic attacks on Giorgia Meloni disgust me. She's the first female prime minister of Italy. So he's trolling these people. If you oppose her, you hate women. Because that's what I was told. If you oppose Hillary Clinton, you hate women.
And if people say that, you punch them in the fucking mouth. Oh, you think I hate women because I oppose a fascist? Damn. Feminism won.
You're like the Iranian mullahs who think they have the power to control women. Evil. So he's trolling. He got a lot of action on that.
So Jimmy Dore, for anyone who's missed it, isn't doing any commentary here. He's not he's just reading what fascists have said. That's it. He's just reading right-wingers and their takes on this. He's not commenting. He's not explaining how they're wrong or anything. He's just, they're trolling, and then moves on. That's it. That's why, if we look at his comment section, she's standing up against the globalist. They won't, this is just, what's his name? Alex Jones, straight up. She's standing up against the globalists. They won't talk about her policies because they're good. No, Jimmy, she's not standing up to the capitalists. She's standing up to the globalists. There's a difference. Globalists are code word for Jewish, by the way. 100, straight up. If anyone says globalists, they mean Jews. Just like there's a difference between capitalism and corporatism. Capitalism is a group of people gathering capital to accomplish a goal. Corporatism is what she's talking about. Capitalism leads to corporatism. They're direct, like they're one to one. She also identifies as Christians. If she were a communist or even a socialist, her religion would not be that important if she was religious. If she were religious at all. There are tons of small socialists and communists in Italy. Okay. She's also a fascist. She's anti-globalist. This is just Jewish. Jews are bad talking points. Oh my god. This woman sounds awesome. Yeah. That's Jimmy Dore. That's Jimmy Dore for you. He sanitizes fascists. People are running against Davos. Who cares about Davos? The speech was fire. The speech was fascism. Yeah.
So then Matt Vespo blue check says, make Italy great again. And then this guy says, Miga, please. That's pretty funny.
Oh no. I wonder when the Italian prime minister is going to say, hey, I want to rebuild the Roman Empire. European Union, move over. No, make the empire return. Show them the old school.
So Greg Price, he says, this is Italy's new prime minister, Giorgia Meloni. I've never heard any politician so perfectly explain what we're up against and why we fight. He's referring to the video I just played you. When you watch this video, you'll quickly realize why the establishment is afraid of her. But it's weird. How could she be seemingly to stand up? Her speech is about standing up against capitalists, that they don't want to make us just another consumer, another number. She's against COVID, authoritarian COVID passports.
Here's a novel idea. I don't know if you've heard this before. I don't know if this is I'm sure I'm certain nobody has ever said this. I'm certain nobody in the history of the world has said this before. You can't trust politicians. There, I said it. Politicians lie all the time. It's a novel idea. I know. Jimmy Dore would never claim that politician just lies about their positions, would he? No, he's not that smart. Well, unless they're left-wing, I guess. If they're left-wing, yeah, they're lying all the time. But if they're right-wingers, they're just speaking truth to power. That's it. I wonder who funds Jimmy Dore. Now, I know it's his people, or his viewers, I mean. But as we've seen, his viewers are right-wingers. That's who he placates. And that's... God, okay, let me go on a tangent. I've tried YouTube before when I'm... Oh my God, should I do this? Yeah. When I hit... Oh... Yeah. If ever I hit 10,000 subscribers, I will review some of my old videos. Yeah, 10,000 subscribers. That feels good. I will review my old videos. And... Oh my God, I must be so cringe. I haven't listened to them forever. And what I didn't learn back then, but I've learned now by watching several YouTubers talk about this, is you have to prune your viewers. You have to choose your audience, who you allow to not infect, but who you allow to comment on your in your comment section, and what's allowed to be said. You have to prune them. It doesn't mean that as soon as someone says something right-wing, you just ban them. No. But if the audience, the right-wing audience, gets too big and too abrasive, yeah, you have to ban them. Jimmy Dore never learned this lesson, which is why he's listening to his audience and following what they want to hear. And they want to hear right-wing good, left-wing bad. That's why he goes on Tucker Carlson. The money is too good.
So I don't know. I'm not saying she's not a fascist, because everybody's a fascist these days. Certainly Joe Biden is. The new prime minister allegedly.
So everyone, oh my God. So we have a far-right nationalist who rails against LGBTQ plus people, who rails against secularism, I'm sure of, and who's anti-immigration, I'm sure, and has out-and-out Nazis in her party. But Joe Biden's the Nazi, the fascist. She's not the fascist. She rails against capitalism. Joe Biden's the fascist because he has mandates.
The ushering in fascism to Italy has also been a steadfast and strong voice of support for Ukraine and NATO.
After the invasion.
Huh. Does this mean that pro-Ukrainian, pro-NATO position is now fatally tainted by its association with fascism?
Well, she was pro-NATO before, but she was also pro-Russia. Because believe it or not, Russia funds fascist parties all over Europe. His audience pruned him. Let me see here. Ooh, no. Let's do like this. His audience pruned him. He essentially created a monster and needed a need to bend to its will or lose funds. Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. That is all it is. That's why you have to prune your audience. If I see too many Nazis, fascists, or just right-wingers getting a bit too comfortable in my chats, yeah, I'm gonna prune it.
I don't even know what this cartoon means. Do you know what this cartoon means? Does anybody? I don't even know what it means.
What I can guess is Italy is. I think it's Barrett. God, what's his name? He was the prime minister of Italy for a long time. Berlusconi or what is it? No,
Bertoloni or
Berlusconi.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you could say Italy's just throwing its food back at the European Union because they don't want to be part of its BS anymore.
Oh, that's what that meant. That's what that stands for. So this represents the European Union, and
I'm taking a wild guess.
Yeah. What do you mean a wild guess? Yeah, that's what it means. It's quite obvious.
Yes, here, Jim.
You don't even need the Italian flag here to know that this is spaghetti and meatballs.
Is Italy? Is that what it looks like to people?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And prego means you're welcome.
I thought prego meant a thick tomato sauce that you put in a jar and sell to Americans. Just a Thought says, I don't know much about Italy's next potential prime minister, except for the fact that people will constantly argue over whether or not she's a fascist, instead of recognizing that she's just another puppet politician. Yeah. Well, if she did stand up against COVID things, that she did so at that one moment, she stepped away.
She's not in lockstep with.
Do you hear that?
Right.
What was going on?
So, but I like that. It's a good tweet. But
wait, I like that tweet. It's basically saying every politician is duplicitous. But Jimmy Dore, he can't say that. his audience would be angry against him.
But here, so this is a professor from New York University, NYU, and she's going to tell you about the new prime minister is a fascist.
Meloni is somebody who was a hardcore neo-fascist.
Hardcore, but she was against the thing. Okay, she's for Ukraine. Okay,
who was in the.
Does Jimmy Dore think that all fascists align on all positions? Does he really think that? Fascists have gone to war against each other. The only nations that don't go to war against each other are democratic nations. I don't believe there's ever been a democratic nation being at war with another democratic nation. Now, the US have done some fucked up things, but I don't think they've gone explicitly to war against another democratic nation. They've certainly done some shit with the CIA, though.
With 15, she joined the party that was founded right after Benito Mussolini's original party was banned in 1945. And this became the fourth largest party, the neo-fascist party called the Italian Social Movement. And she was not only a militant, she became by the 90s the head of its student organization.
Oh.
And the flame, if you look at the logo of her party called Brothers of Italy today, which was founded in 2000.
Why don't they talk about her policies that she's pushing? That's what I want to know about. She's talking about, she wanted to make, well, listen to
Her
this.
child, yeah.
She's talking about what she did when she was 15 and when she became a thing. What is she pushing now? What are you fucking afraid of?
Well,
what are you afraid of?
They're only holding on to the past because they know it's a good headline story.
Yes.
Whatever she does now, that's important. Tell me what she's doing.
That's what I want to know. So listen to what she's saying about this flag. Watch this.
Of her party called Brothers of Italy today, which was founded in 2012. She insisted on keeping a tricolor flame in the logo. And that is the flame, that's the symbol of the original neo-fascist party. And over the years, many people have told her to get rid of that flame, but she won't. So this tells us a lot about her loyalties, and she really sees her party as carrying the heritage of fascism into today, so much so that Ignazio La Russa, who's a party elder, let's say, he said a few days ago, we are all heirs of the Duce.
Let me go to a clip.
Let's see what he says. Let's see what he says.
Did she say that, or is he just saying, oh, this is what somebody else said, or hearsay from so-and-so? Is this what the prime minister is saying now?
And she really sees her party as carrying the heritage of fascism into today, so much so that Ignazio La Russa, who's a party elder, let's say, he said a few days ago, we are all heirs of the Duce.
Let me go to a clip.
They're all heirs of the Duce. Let's see here. Social issues. Those are important issues. Meloni opposes abortion, euthanasia, and laws that recognize same-sex marriage and civil unions. End of story, fascist. At a rally at the Plaza del Popolo in October 2019, she spoke against same-sex parenting. Her speech became viral on Italian social media platforms. Meloni is also opposed to the DDL Zan, an anti-homophobia law, declaring that in Italy there is no homophobia. There's no homophobia! Isn't that nice? She had also said that she would rather not have have a gay child. Huh. Oh my God. It's almost like she's a fascist. During a Lelene, or is it Leiene? I don't know. Interview in Italian television show, Meloni Meloni is supportive of anti-gender movement, I believe born in the mid-1990s, in the circles of Opus Dei, in order to condemn any social position other than that approved of the Catholic Church, which opposes gender studies. But she's not a fascist. She's supportive of changing the constitution of Italy in order to make it illegal for same-sex couples to adopt children. But she's not a fascist, is she? In March 2018, Meloni criticized the Walt Disney Company for the decision to represent a gay couples in a musical fantasy movie, Frozen 2, writing on social networks, "Enough, we're sick of it. Take your hands off the children." But she's not a fascist. This is all in the past. It's all hearsay. People are saying, but she's not saying.
Does she say that, or is she just saying, "Oh, this is what somebody else said," or hearsay from so and so?
She said it.
Is this what the prime minister is saying now?
I think there's a
the
video.
key word.
Yeah, there was definitely a video of her when she was younger. She said that said good things about Mussolini, that he was always working in the interest of Italy or something like that. Oh, by the way, the prime minister's name you were trying to think of was Berlusconi.
Yeah, Berlusconi. Yeah, there we go.
So there you are. She's going to say she's a fascist straight up, but it's because she likes that flame in her flag. That's your reason?
No, that's not her reason. She said it. Listen to her.
A lot of the original neo-fascist party. She insisted on keeping a tricolor flame in the logo.
It's not just a flame. It's the flame of Berlusconi. Oh, sorry, Mussolini.
And that is the flame. That's the symbol of the original neo-fascist party. And over the years, many people have told her to get rid of that flame, but she won't. So this tells us a lot about her loyalties, and she really sees her party as carrying the heritage of fascism into today, so much so that Ignazio La Russa, who's a party elder, let's say, he said a few days ago, "We are all heirs of the Duce."
Let's see here. Fascism. Relationship with fascism. A whole headline. Let's see. Meloni has expressed statements that are generally controversial. In a 1996 interview with French, this is the Benito Mussolini, a good politician in that everything he did for Italy. I don't care if everything Trump did, he did for the US as well. Doesn't mean he's a good politician at all. And as the best politician of the last 50 years. In May 2020, she praised Giorgio Almirante, who was an Italian politician, the founder and leader of the neo-fascist Italian socialist movement. A Nazi. The co-founder of the Italian social movement, who was a Nazi collaborator and editor-in-chief of the anti-Semitic and racist magazine, whatever this is, which published the Manifesto of Race. Holy shit! Was a manifesto promulgated by the Council of Ministers on the 14th. It promulgated was followed by entrenchment of a racial law. Yeah. She's a fucking Nazi! In December 2020, the independent journalistic TV program Report revealed through an investigative report that her party has reached a negative record of arrests of mafia groups. Has reached the negative record of arrests for mafia groups, whatever this name is, I can't explain. And also having among her ranks Mussolini's descendants, as well as being a descendant of Mussolini, I can excuse. You didn't choose that. I know there are Hitler descendants in the US, though they don't talk about that. And when I say descendant, I mean, I believe his sister and down. They don't talk about that. They don't want to be known for that. If I was a descendant of Hitler, I would scream that from the rooftops. And I would rail against Hitler to my dying breath. That's how you handle being a descendant of a fascist or a Nazi. You don't hide from it, you talk openly about it, and you condemn it. These people do not condemn it. That's why they're bad. As well as fascist nostalgia. Nostalgics, according to 2021 investigation, blah, blah, blah. Meloni declared that the celebration of the Liberation Day, also known as the anniversary of Italy's liberation from Nazi fascism on 25th April, which celebrated the birth of the Italian Republic in June, should be substituted with the National Unity and Armed Forces Day. She wants to remove the celebration of the liberation from Nazis and fascists. But she's not a fascist, guys. She's not a Nazi. Which commemorates Italy's victory in World War I. Yeah, that's what we want to celebrate, isn't it? She said the Liberation Day are two controversial celebrations. Meloni has tried to distance herself from her close ties to Roberto Yongi, whatever, a far-right Milanese politician and entrepreneur known as the Black Baron. After formation of this is old. Yeah, we don't need to list more. She's a fascist. Now listen to Jimmy Dore, we can speed, and Kit talk about her being a fascist one more time and how they downplay everything.
Let me go to a clip.
Did she say that, or is he just saying, "Oh, this is what somebody else said," or hearsay from so and so? Is this what the prime minister's saying now?
I think there's a video.
Word.
Yeah, there was definitely a video of her when she was younger. She said said good things about Mussolini, that he was always working in the interest of Italy or something like that. Oh, by the way, the prime minister's name you were trying to think of was Berlusconi.
Yeah, Berlusconi. Yeah, there you go.
So there you are. She's going to say she's a fascist straight up, and it's because she likes that flame in her flag. That's your reason?
No.
It's just like, come up with a better reason.
That's not the reason why.
Look at the pictures they're using, as if she's doing a Hitler salute. You see that? That's Reuters. Oh, no, this is fake. That's Reuters pitch by. Oh, that's fake. Okay, good. I'm glad I noticed that so I didn't get duped. But they are. I have seen this on other things.
He thought it was Reuters. That's why this is in here.
Thanks.
Girl boss Mussolini will become the next prime minister of Italy. Yeah.
Here she is again. Does anyone believe this is from? I don't know who this is from. Somebody named Doge. Does anyone believe the media's portrayal of Italy's new prime minister, Giorgia Meloni, as hard right? To the media, anything right of woke liberalism is far right. And here's from Mark Ames says this. He says the reason we don't hear 24/7 media. So his first tweet is that we're only.
So wait. Let's see here. He had to search for this. He had to go hard to find this, unless he follows this random account. Let's see here. Twitter.com/drj56013122. Okay, it's over. It's 1.5 years old. Proud father, husband, surgeon, endurance athlete makes up for lack of talent with enthusiasm. I don't want to hear that from a surgeon. Defender of evidence-based medicine and critical thinking. I doubt that very much, but it's not impossible to be a critical thinker and a fascist. This is our history. Hurricane Andrew never existed. Hurricane Camille never existed. Hurricane. I'm not seeing too much fascism here. Let's see. It's due to 2 years of cycle and manipulated by government media. Wait. COVID-19 people slam Canada for scrapping travel mask mandates. What is the position with masks? It sucks. Okay, Sututu and the officials pushing it is satisfaction of being able to control others. Sure thing, buddy. You're a surgeon, not a virologist.
And here's from Mark Ames says this. He says, the reason we don't hear 24/7 media. So his first tweet is that we're only 7 months into this wretched war, and already the neo-fascists are back in power in Italy, and for the first time since Mussolini, and neo-Nazis are in power in NATO's newest member, Sweden.
No. Not yet, at least. They came in second, but because we have 7 different, 7 parties in part, I believe, is it still 7? Swedish Parliament. I want to see. Okay, sorry, we have 8 parties now. Yeah, I guess the Sweden Democrat. Yeah, because here they 107 mandates against 73. Unfortunately, it eked out for the right wing, but that does not mean the Sweden Democrats are in power. They are not in government. They are in parliament.
And he says the reason we don't hear 24/7 media political alarm about this is that both Italy's neo-fascists and Sweden's neo-Nazi parties and Spain's neo-fascist Vox are pro-NATO. That's why. They're pro-NATO. They're pro-Ukraine and anti-Russia. Our ruling classes have their priorities. Stopping all fascism isn't one of them.
You can go back and watch my video on the Sweden Democrats. They are not anti-Russia or pro-Ukraine. If they could, they would absolutely ban all Ukrainian immigrants right now. Absolutely, 100%.
But again, this idea that she's more... I mean, I wish people... will, of course, be following this.
Well,
They say she's anti-immigrant, she's anti-LGBTQ, stuff like that.
Well,
but to me, that's just a regular right-winger, and sometimes a left-winger in the United States being anti-immigrant. Joe Biden is caging kids. And Barack Obama deported more Hispanics and caged more Hispanics than Trump did. So, go ahead. I'm sorry, kid.
Because they're conservatives.
It's all good. So here's the thing. We have to remember the days before she was elected into office. Look what's happening in Europe and even here.
So Jimmy Dore has been so normalized by fascism that he doesn't recognize it anymore. That's the issue. That's the issue. American right wing is fascist, and he doesn't recognize it. Biden is right wing, aka a fucking fascist. Now, he's been much better than I expected him to be. But he does have fascist tendencies, at least.
Here in America, rising inflation,
That's right.
gas and food. So it's not only just, oh no, she said some nice things about Mussolini, right? But let's look at the economic environment in Italy. What are the people going through? High gas prices, heating, food, buying medicine, and so much more. And right now, with Russia shutting off that pipeline into Europe, I mean, people's lives are going to be severely impacted this winter. And if you have do-nothing politicians that offer platitudes and say, hey, we just got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, even though 2020 and 2021 were BS years that we abandoned you, people will react and go for something different. You said it yourself in 2016. Do you think people voted for Trump because their lives are great? No. People didn't elect Trump because they were so happy. No, people wanted something different. Now, Bernie Sanders choosing to be the cut, not once but twice in 2016 and 2020, he chose to drop the ball. Trump, he
did not choose to drop the ball. The people didn't elect him, unfortunately. Now, there was some shady shit going on, but the alternative was to hand Trump the victory.
He at least rallied his base and fought for his election in 2016 in the primary and in the 2020 general election and 2016 general election and going into 2020 as well. So the thing is, if you're going to abandon people, then it should come no surprise that you're going to get a Trump or like this Italian prime minister. But yet the liberal media, you have so many people who are stuck in their bubbles, not paying attention to politics, are then automatically shocked that this happens. You create an irrational environment. People will want to survive, and they'll go with somebody who will say, I will make your life better. You'll be protected under me. It's human nature. It's been going long before the United States was ever founded.
Virginia Beach, Richmond.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. Holy fuck, was this worse than I expected. Oh my, maybe not. I'm not expecting much from the Dore machine anymore. I used to follow him Like when he left TYT, I used to follow him then. And then he became, rah, the conservatives are better than the Democrats. No, not even close. Sorry. Oh my God. Yeah. Jimmy, if you ever see this, go fuck yourself, first of all. That's number one. That's important. I can't not say that. Go fuck yourself hard, okay? Secondly, you're not funny even in the slightest, okay? That's number two. And number three, she's a fucking fascist! If you watch this far, there should be no doubt in your mind that she is a fascist. No doubt at all. Jimmy Dore did squat all in research. Squat all. Nothing. And that's why he thinks, well, she speaks well. Left-wing politicians lie, but she speaks the right words, so I'm gonna trust her. But left-wing people, when they speak the right words, they're lying. They're lying. Bernie Sanders, he's lying. This fascist bitch, she's speaking the truth. She's against corporations, and that's why. Let's not look into why she's against them. Let's not look into her anti-LGBTQ plus stance as the foundation for her anti-corporatism. No. Has nothing to do with it at all. She's a good candidate. Even Hillary Clinton agrees with me, so you should agree with me because you said vote blue no matter who. Okay. He's so inconsistent. He's so fucking inconsistent. Let's see here. Umberto Eco's 14 points. No, I don't want to. Let me just drink. First point, the cult of tradition. Yeah, she ticks that off. Let me do this, by the way. Okay. Cult of tradition. Yeah, check. No. What's going on? There we go. And there we go. Rejection of modernism. Yep. Anti-LGBTQ plus. My friend Jason sent me your link. Oh, hell yeah. Let me do this. Nice to have you here, Scotty. Cult of action for action's sake. I don't know. I'm suspecting. Let's just put a little question mark on that one. Shall we? What the fuck? What happened? Where you go? Let's put a question mark on that one. Okay? Number 4, disagreement is treason. I don't speak Italian, so I don't know if she said this. But it's not going to be long. It's coming, I'm sure of. Not necessarily saying it's treason. No, she's going to imply it. Number 5. Fear of difference. Oh, yeah. A big check mark on that one. Big check. She is anti-immigration, anti-LGBTQ+. That's fear of difference. Period. Her speech said, this is what defines us, and she lists a few things. If you divert from that, you're not Italian, pretty much. Appeal to social frustration, yeah. Not doing anything about it, just appealing to it. The obsession with a plot, yeah, absolutely. Railing against globalists, yeah. The enemy is both strong and weak. I don't know if she's done this. I'm sure she has, but I can't say she has. Pacifism is trafficking with the enemy. I'm gonna put a big fucking check mark on that one. Contempt for the weak, yeah. I'm gonna put we haven't seen it here, but yeah. She has contempt for the weak. Immigrants and LGBTQ plus people, they are weak to her. Everybody is educated to become a hero. In Ur-fascism ideology, heroism is the norm. This cult of heroism is strictly linked with the cult of death. She has a cult of death. Machismo and weaponry. Machismo implies both disdain for women and intolerance and condemnation of non-standard sexual habits. Non-standard sexual habits. From chastity to homosexuality. Yeah, big fucking check mark on that one. Selective populism for sure. There is in our future a TV or internet populism in which the emotional response of a selected group of citizens can be represented and accepted as the voice of the people. Yeah. Ur-fascism speaks newspeak. All the Nazis or fascist school books made use of an improvised vocabulary. Impoverished vocabulary and an elementary syntax in order to limit instruments for complex and critical reasoning. This, I believe, this isn't something you can do at once. That's something you have to be in power before you can actually do. However, well, you know what? I'm going to take that back. Trump proved you can do this before you go into power. By speaking to the lowest common denominator, by speaking at a, what do people say, a third grade level of speech for Trump? Yeah, this was Trump. I don't know. I don't speak Italian. So an Italian in the who watches this can enlighten me on this. Is she doing this? But yeah, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 14 points, according to me at least, she absolutely fills. Absolutely. This is a fascist through and fucking through. Okay, that's gonna be for me. Scotty, who's your friend and why did they send me to it? Let's see what people are saying in the chat actually before we end this. Whoops. It's always prone to him. 71% of American allies are dictatorships. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. America is not a democracy in the modern sense, is it? My friend Jason sent me a link. So far, so good. Thank you. You're welcome, and thanks for cheers. And thanks, cheers. Yeah. That's gonna be it for today. I'm happy to have people in the audience. I'm very happy about that. I hope you'll return in the future. And unfortunately, I am gonna have to pack down my computer today because my girlfriend is moving in and she needs somewhere to sleep without me bothering her at night. So yeah, I'm packing down the computer and putting it in the hallway. Let's see. I don't know when I'll be able to stream next time. Hopefully it'll be a Monday, maybe Tuesday. It'll depend. But yeah, so hopefully I'll see you guys there. And otherwise, have a great weekend and a great week coming up. Bye-bye.